Hello YouTubers, RogueMonkeyJr here, and in today's video we're going to talk about whether Valkyrie is worth a buy or not. Now if you're somebody who has been playing for a long time, you probably have enough legend tokens to unlock all the characters, no issues whatsoever. But some of the newer players, you may have to make a decision on which character you want to purchase with your legend tokens. So we're going to talk about Valkyrie today and whether she is worth a buy or not. So first and foremost, let's talk about her abilities. So her passive ability is called VTOL Jets. Basically what this is, you have a jetpack on your back and you can fly around with it with a limited amount of fuel that recharges after a short amount of time once it is completely depleted, or it'll recharge quicker if you haven't used the entirety of the fuel. So it looks a little bit like this. You can fly around, you can go up, down, and you can also level up the flight so you are just going straight. So something else they didn't really mention in her abilities is when she is skydiving, so that means when you're dropping out of the dropship at the beginning of the game, when you're launching off a balloon, when you use the geysers in World's Edge, or when you use Valkyrie's ultimate, you mark enemies on the map. So you can see here when she is flying down using her jetpack, so skydiving, there are triangles all over, so that is her marking the enemies, and you can also see the enemies on the minimap with the help of the little red Doritos or red triangles showing you where the enemies are on the map. What is also nice about this is that your teammates also see what you are marking or scanning, and they can see all of the enemies around them and also the enemies that are marked on the minimap. Moving on to her tactical, it is called Missile Swarm. Basically what this does is you launch a swarm of missiles in a grid-like pattern. As you can see here, you can see what the placement of the missiles would look like. So if we shoot it over here, it actually deploys pretty quickly and does a decent amount of damage. It also has the same effect as an arc star would have on a target, which kind of like stuns them and reduces their movement speed and aim speed. So it can be really devastating in a lot of situations. Just be careful not to hit yourself with it. And last but certainly not least, we have her ultimate. So her ultimate is called Skyward Dive. So basically what this does, it acts kind of like a jump tower or balloon. So you press your ultimate ability and then you see here, it boosts up. Your two teammates can hook up onto you and then you can take off or turn it off. If you do turn it off, you lose 25% ult charge, but if you accidentally press it, it is nice to be able to cancel the ultimate instead of using it altogether. But let's say you do indeed use that ultimate, you start charging up, your two teammates connect you, then you click to boost up and then you take off. Much like you would with a jump tower, you are now in skydiving mode, so it acts pretty much like a mobile jump tower, and your teammates can either stay hooked up to you, so you are the sole leader in this skydive, or they can separate from you and choose to go in their own location. But it is definitely a good ultimate to use when you are trying to cover a little bit of ground or trying to get a flank. Particularly on Olympus, there's a lot of ways that you can get up and above some of the geometry on that map, so it can be incredibly useful. Now let's talk about Valkyrie as a whole. I think that she's probably one of the most mobile legends. Now you're gonna say, RMJ, what do you mean? There are so many other movement-based characters in Apex Legends, Pathfinder, Horizon, Octane, all of these different legends. Why are you saying that Valkyrie is the most mobile out of all of them? Well, she's not necessarily the most mobile, but she does have the best ability to reposition quickly, and that being her jetpacks. Now the reason for this is as opposed to other legends like Horizon or Pathfinder, where their repositioning ability is on cooldown as soon as you use it. So Horizon, when she uses her tactical, which is the gravity lift, it is then on cooldown for 25 seconds. Pathfinder, when he uses grappling hook, it's on cooldown for a set amount of time depending on how far he actually went. And Octane, when he uses his jump pad, well obviously you know, it's a one-time use and then you have to go back and jump on it again. So with all that being said, why is Valkyrie better than the others? It's because her passive ability is her mobility based ability. That's a lot of abilities back to back, but what I'm trying to say here is that you can reposition very often, very quickly, because it is charged based. So if you want to, let's say this dummy is pointing at me, let's just get in front of him, and I want to reposition behind him, I can just jetpack up, go behind him, then he turns, I want to go back up here, get to cover, move. It is very, very quick at changing spots and repositioning, like super fast, and often, so you can do it a lot of times back to back without having to wait the 25-second cooldown that you would with, for example, Horizon, which you use attack once, then you have to wait another 25 seconds before being able to reposition. With Valkyrie, it's just boost up, reposition behind a wall, start healing, boost up, reposition, shoot the enemy, and if he's running away, you can chase him very easily and quickly with the VTOL jetpacks. As for her missile swarm, it can be pretty penalizing for people to get hit by it, albeit you do get a warning when you see that grid pattern there. You get all those markers on your screen when a Valkyrie is shooting her missile swarm at you. And her skydive ward, skyward dive, you got to be careful because when you use this, you are very, very easy to hit. So you are just a target that's just sitting there. So let's just boost it up here. You can't do anything here but just wait for your teammates to hook up to you or take off. So when you do the burn, you can see it takes a little bit of time before she actually gets her full speed and boosts up in the air. So you're just a sitting duck at that point. So you got to be careful in which moment you actually use this ability. Don't use it in the middle of a firefight. Try not to use it out in the open. You are just dead in the water if you do that and there's enemies close, but it can be very useful to reposition or try to get above objects that might be very high otherwise. But I definitely feel as though Valkyrie is a character that is very different from other characters because her passive ability is her movement ability, which makes her very powerful in my opinion. So if you like movement based abilities and you are very good at repositioning, or you want to maybe have a legend that allows you to reposition very easily and, you know, avoid or escape combat situations or just juke out your enemies by repositioning so often, she can be very good. You do have to be careful though, because after you use your jetpacks, there is a little timer or set amount of time in which you cannot shoot. So just be wary of that, but she definitely is a very strong character as it is. Her missile swarm is very good. Her jetpacks are very good. Her ultimate's all right, nothing to go crazy about, but as a whole package, I would definitely say she is worth a buy if you are thinking about purchasing a new legend. Valkyrie, you'll probably be pretty pleased with her and her tool set that she has at her disposal. So with all that being said, I hope this video helped you out and maybe made you want to purchase Valkyrie, or maybe made you steer clear of her in order to unlock another legend. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.